Alright, today we're going to talk about how to properly optimize the setup position for the deadlift to help minimize the risk of injury and having performance your best while doing the lift. Alright, so as with any lift, we have to have a sequence or kind of a setup that we continually go through every single time to help, one, give the athlete or the individual confidence in their actual setup and actually performing the lift correctly and safely, and two, again, minimize that risk of injury, right? So when talking about the deadlift, this is the way we kind of coach or recommend that people start to use the setup for when they're performing this movement, right? So we start for traditional deadlift, feet about hip width apart. We start about 1 inch away from the bar. From here, we're going to tell the athlete to think about making themselves as long or as tall as possible. So kind of reaching the feet through the ground, like you're being pulled up from the top of your skull right here, right? From here, we're going to push our toes into the ground, not grip the ground like this, but kind of press our toes in the ground and then screw our feet in. As you do that, you can see my knees kind of rotate slightly to the outside. What this is doing is creating tension from the bottom of my foot into the arch, up into the calf, into the femur, into the glutes. So for my feet, so my pelvis is now locked in and nice and stable, right? So now what we're going to do again is bring ribcage down, neutral ribcage and pelvis relationship, and from here, I'm going to let my arms hang. I'm going to hinge from the hips. So I have a slight knee bend, soften the knees, hips go back, back, back. Good. Once I can reach the bar, I'm going to grab about thumb width from the smooth and the rough and the knurled part. I'm going to wrap my thumbs around, and then I'm going to squeeze as hard as I can and screw my hands into the bar to lock them out or back. We're not going to have a lot of tension here in the traps. It's going to be mostly through the mid trap to rhomboid low trap area, right in between the scabs. So I squeeze the bar, break it, and rotate my hands in, and from here, what I need to see is we're going to pull the hips down and in towards the bar. As I do that, my chest comes up. At a certain point, you're going to feel a lot of tension in your glutes and hamstrings, and the bar, depending on the weight of the bar, will either bend or start to move up off the ground, right? Once we feel that tension, we have everything locked in place. All we have to do is push into the ground, stand up, drive the hips through, and lower down underneath control.